Hello, entrepreneurs. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneur Fundamentals. My name is Robert Bitto. Today we're going to ponder the question, is the customer always right? And what I'll do is I'll give you a brief answer to that question, and then I'll go into a lengthy explanation as to why and your approach that you can take to answering the question yourself. So in short, the answer to the question, is the customer always right, is no. Not all the time. In my 17 years experience, most of which I have had running a retail store dealing directly face-to-face with the public, what I found is that about 1 in 200 people are nasty. And that's not a really high percentage. I really didn't have to tell people to leave my store very often. Occasionally you'll have to do that. As a small business owner, you are not working at Walmart. You don't have to take it with a smile. You're not working at a bank, and you're certainly not working for the federal government where you have to serve everybody. It's your gig. Your business is like your home. Would you invite just anyone into your home? The answer, of course, is no. So why should you invite everybody into your business? Well, lately there have been some legal challenges to the very question, can you reserve the right to refuse service to anyone? And some of the challenges have come up against discrimination laws. Like, for example, the wedding cake incident, I think it was in the Pacific Northwest, where a lesbian couple sued a bakery because the bakery refused to bake them a cake on religious grounds. Well, that's kind of a touchy situation, but you have to let your conscience be the guide, and you have to make some common sense decisions on who you're going to serve. But most people that I've seen see capitalism as a wonderful thing. I mean, it's two parties coming together for mutual benefit and both the parties leaving happy. 1 out of 200 people I've seen have been nasty. I would say that's about the percentage. It's less than 1% that you're going to have to deal with. There are certain classes of people, though, that according to whatever you do, you might not want to deal with. For me, for example, I import handcrafted items from Latin America. So all of my items are a little bit different, and they're all made by hand pretty much, with slight flaws and slight differences. So what I have found in the 17 years experience is these days that poses a problem for one group of people, and those are brides and wedding planners. And I won't deal with brides or wedding planners ever in my business anymore. And that's my choice. I will decide that, and I can do that. And it's really interesting. I do sell a lot of wedding themed stuff. And for example, a piece like this, I had a woman one time, a wedding planner, order 15 of these for table center pieces. Well, each one is done differently. For example, the flowers down here are painted slightly differently. I had a return of half of those because the flowers didn't reflect the colors of the wedding, and the bride was all concerned about that. And I noticed that sort of thing when I was dealing with brides and wedding planners throughout my business. Wedding planners are the worst because they negotiate. They want to justify their existence to the bride, so they want to try to chisel you down and try to get deals and all of this stuff. And if you're selling like I do on the major venues, Amazon, eBay, and so on, they have return policies that are in the favor of the buyer. So basically what a bunch of brides and wedding planners do is they buy a whole bunch of stuff and then end up returning it. And if it goes through my own website for my store where I answer to no one, I do answer to the credit card companies so they can do chargebacks against me and keep the stuff and keep their money. So I don't want to deal with the pickiness of the brides. And I fault one person for that, and the Disney people, because they have convinced that they've convinced every little girl in America that she's a princess and that her wedding day is a special day, and that they get all upset and concerned over the tiniest little details that nobody really even will notice who's involved with the wedding, guests or even the people who are planning it. So I don't deal with the princesses. I don't deal with weddings or wedding planners. I once officiated at a wedding, and the bride involved behaved in the same way as the bride as a customer for me, and I will never do that again. It wasn't the most pleasant of experiences, let's say, but that's my story on what I do as far as who I will deal with. Everybody's welcome to shop with me and buy from me, use my services, except when they do something disrespectful, they do something illegal, something that I find reprehensible, then that's when I say no, and that's my right to say no. And it's your right to say no. If somebody is interacting with you in your business and you do not want to do business with them, you don't have to. The customer is not always right. And you've worked too hard with your business to put up with anything from customers. You don't have to take it. There are other people out there who will want your services and your products. And that's it. That's one of the benefits of owning your own business is you get to choose who you allow to stay in your business once they walk through that door. So that's about all I have to say about this. You can leave your comments below, like me on Facebook, send me a message about this if you'd like, and I'll have another episode up in 48 hours or so. So thank you for watching. Remember to work hard, and may all of your entrepreneurial dreams come true.